What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing my honest thoughts, honest review of the 2023 Polaris Ranger 1000. This is a Northstar, whatever they call it, you know, top notch, fancy machine. We're going to get it out today, take it for a little drive, and tell you my honest thoughts on it. It just now wouldn't start with 13% gas. I'll show you the clip now. Start. Nope. Wow. You said fuel level low. So, not sure what that was about, but put some gas in it, fired right up, so maybe it's just was sensitive being low. But anyways, let's go ahead and pull it on out of here. Can't forget to turn the lights on for visuals, you know, that's absolutely beautiful. First thing right off the bat is this is a very beautiful machine. As you can see, this beautiful brown color. Comes factory with these really nice 29-inch tires. Seem to be pretty nice. My only gripe is, I guess legally they can't sell it as road legal. So it's kind of annoying getting a brand new machine and then having to go put the turn signals, mirrors, and license plate on it, you know. But this one is legal now, besides, you know, obvious reasons. It is registered legal. You'll also notice how the doors open really weird, in my opinion, this weird suicide door style. Don't understand it. I've heard multiple stories about these coming open, going down the road, and getting blown right off. So that's not a very good design, in my opinion. Of course, these handles are terrible, and right after we get this one, a 2023, they come out with the 1500, and Can-Am makes their new Defender, which has normal car handles, not these dumb, ugly latches. Anyways, onto the interior. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Nice screen, Bluetooth. The factory speakers in this thing are completely terrible. I guess first things first, I should go ahead and say this is a $40,000 machine. It was like 38 something out the door. I did not buy this machine. This is my dad's machine, just so you know. I wouldn't buy one of these. I'd much rather go buy a nice Jeep that's already got tons of stuff done and you can actually drive somewhere and isn't made of cheap garbage and cheap materials, and something that actually keeps you clean, you know. Because from my understanding, the whole point in this enclosed cab was to keep you dry and clean and not dusty. But this thing sucks in dust terrible. Anyways, back to what I was saying before rudely getting interrupted by a UPS driver. It's interior, right? Enclosed cab. You pay all that money for the HVAC, enclosed cab, whatnot. Keep you clean, keep you dry, right? Otherwise, what's the point in having this? Well, tons of dust, okay? With the windows up, it still draws in dust. And with the windows down, you cannot, in the summertime when the roads are dusty, you cannot drive it down the road with the windows down. And I've had people comment on my short format video talking about this, saying, oh, well, you're crazy if you think you can do that in anything. Well, I can take that pickup down the road with the windows down, that one with the windows down, that 86 with holes in the floor and the roof and the windows down. I could take any one of these down the road, however fast I want in the gravel, windows down, whatever, no dust gets in the cab. Unless an oncoming car comes, then you roll your windows up, right? Common sense. On this thing, as soon as you put the windows down, creates a terrible vortex and sucks dust in the cab. Terrible. So this was just cleaned because we just took it into the dealer to have that problem fixed. And lo and behold, they didn't get the parts. They're like, oh, we're just going to replace the door seals just in case that's the problem. They don't even know what the problem is. Sat there for 2 months, whatever. Not going to name the dealership. Anyways, that's the biggest complaint so far. The dust in the cab. Now, I don't want this to be an all negative video, so I will say the AC works. The heat works good. Navigation system's really cool that Polaris has on here. Everything, you know, their Polaris, whatever they call it. Tons of information up here, more than you could ever ask for. Your phone, you know, all your controls, cameras. That's one thing. Completely embarrassing. Like, what kind of camera is that? What's the point even having it if it sucks that bad? Like I said, the audio's not that great. I do like the big, nice, real HVAC control knobs. Let's go ahead and turn it on, see if it'll get warm in here. Can-Am, I don't know about now, but the one I saw, the fully enclosed cab, had one single dial that controlled it all. Really worthless. Don't like the radio on the Can-Am. One bad thing I noticed with this, a lot of quality issues, like poor design of the windshield in my opinion. I don't like this being mounted on the windshield, so you have to constantly mess with it. Looks like it's actually able to mount right here. Not sure why they make us do it instead of them doing it. So that's annoying. And then going down the road, of course, this thing just shakes up and down, makes terrible noise. I know it might be meant more for creeping, but sometimes I want to get some fresh air. And a good quality windshield with a handle that looks like it's going to break off would be nice. I mean, that handle literally feels like it can break off your fingers. Same kind of thing goes to the rest of the machine as far as quality. I mean, everything's kind of just cheap plastic, these cheap generic switches. The cluster's nice, the screen's nice, and that's about it. Otherwise, yeah, you just have cheap plastic everywhere and really, you know, cheap stuff. Like the standard work and performance mode, I think that's nice to have. I like that you can open the rear differential when you want to. That's really nice. You don't always tear up the grass. I like the dump box, easy to access. You pull the knob or the lever, opens right up, hydraulic assist. At the same time, it's easy to shut. Another quality problem from day one that the dealer, lo and behold, guess what? Not surprised, couldn't fix. Can't get the parts. Wow. It was like that from day one. Look at this. What a poor design. Absolutely embarrassing. They want to sell this to people for $40,000. But so every time when you go to shut the gate, if you go to shut it right here, it won't shut because it gets in a bind. So you can't lift right here and shut the tailgate because it does this crap. So you have to come in the middle and shut it, and then you got to reach over here and you got to tuck that one. Make sure you tuck that one, then you can shut your gate. So that's a horribly annoying problem right away, of course. One thing I noticed this didn't have that the Can-Am did have, sliding rear window. I don't know if you can get that on an option on these, but that would be nice, you know, if you ride a dog in the back and talk to them. It does come with nicer wheels and tires than a factory Can-Am Defender. Reliability is unknown so far. You see they got a nice 5-gallon bucket thing right there under the seat. Quite a bit of storage. Controllable vents, you know, Montana tags in there, everything. Tons of outlets. Don't know if they have any USB-C or not. Just a 12 volt. And then, don't know what that's for. That's like a winch controller or something, I don't know. USB, basic USB, and then a bunch of worthless storage down here. What are you gonna sit there? Cup holders that are in an absolutely embarrassingly terrible location. It's kind of funny actually, they even do it. Go ahead and show you an example. These ones are okay unless you're riding with the person in the center. When this door is shut and I have a drink right here, first of all, what drink really fits between here and there, I don't know. But let's say you have a regular Minute Maid bottle, stick it in there, it's just horribly awkward when you're driving to reach like between this and try and pick it up through here and bring it. It's just, you'd have to drive it to understand how terrible that is. So yeah, you have those, which is nice. As far as this, the seat folds up, you have some center console storage. Cool, right? Underneath the driver's seat, it appears it does not fold up. Maybe it does, correct me if I'm wrong. Feels like it might have a button. I don't know. I'm not gonna spend all day looking for it. It's probably nothing significant under there anyway. What do we have for miles here? 409 miles. 22 hours. Yeah, so modes. It's pretty nice, you know, quite a bit of good information up there. I like it. Not sure if this opens or not, don't want to break it. It feels like it would, but I don't know why it doesn't open easily. The heat is starting to get warm now. That's nice, super convenient. There I am, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. My new wall safety goggles that are terrible, just like this machine. I'm not gonna say it's a terrible machine. I just, you know, I don't like to be negative, but at the same time, I'm a very critique person, or I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for. I'm a very, I don't know, critical person. Like, I really want to just bash something when it's not good, right? And when something like this is that expensive, you know, $40,000, I'd expect an absolute unit, like perfect machine. So stuff like this, you know, okay, oh, not a big deal. Well, that is a big deal to me, you know, 40,000, and it was like this from day one. It's nothing we did. It hasn't even been ridden much at all, okay? Day one, stuff like that, you know, is very annoying. Haven't used the winch really at all yet, so don't know if it works. The brakes, I had so many people when I critiqued the brakes, people were commenting, well, you didn't even give it time to break in. You never even rode it. Well, yeah, at the time it had like 10 miles on it and the brakes seemed crappy. Well, now, 400 miles later, the brakes still seem very pathetic. They're not very good. They just don't seem to stop you all that great. They squeak like they have dirt in them, which, you know, they probably do. But you'd think on a machine designed for off-road, they'd have dust shields on it, which they don't. You know, my Honda has dust shields. This doesn't. Not sure what's going on with their brakes. Haven't looked at them yet to see if they're a decent setup or not. So don't really know. What else is there I can think of? Oh yeah, that storage. I forgot to mention how worthless it was too. When your door's shut, it's completely inaccessible. So no place to really sit, like if you have a firearm or something, which most people do in Montana or anywhere with common sense. When you go riding in the mountains, you know, and there's animals, you want to have your gun. Now, you can set it up there, it's kind of out in the open, you know, nowhere's better than in your door, really. But you can see, completely worthless storage when the door's shut. Oh yeah, open the door and you can access it. Well, yeah, obviously, I know that. Common sense. What else? We need a counter. Yeah. Doors all seem to open and close pretty smooth. Yeah, look at the back here, see? Look at that dust. I mean, if I had this machine, right, why would you buy a $40,000 machine, right? Maybe you have a nice place you want to show off in Montana, and you want to go out the mountain road and take some company, some really rich people or something, and they're nice, their wife's got nice white pants on, and then they get in your side-by-side, oh, let's go on a ride. They get in and they just get completely filthy. It's like, what's the point in a closed cab if it's not going to keep you clean? Really, really, that is the worst problem with this whole machine. Look at that. This is a brand new machine, 400 miles. And all it's done is ride on these mountain roads. That's it. Roll up windows in the back, you know, cool. Whatever. I guess it's tons of money and extra to... Wow, that's pathetic. It's too much money to put power on here, you know, the cheap switches. Keep in mind, like a nice loaded Jeep, you know, it's 40,000. Not for brand new ones, but slightly used, you can get a nice Jeep for less money. Nice Jeep. Might as well call it 40,000 because it will be by the time all the turn signals and everything's on it. Get it legal, you know. Everything. Stuff like that. Another thing, shocks are on the softest setting out of the factory. This thing still rides terrible for being a side-by-side. Everybody, oh, you bomb up the mountain in these things 40 miles an hour. No, 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 you can't. This rides like that. It's an F-250. Really? A diesel F-250 rides as good as a side-by-side that's designed for off-road use? Yeah. You wouldn't believe the amount of times I've taken this up the mountain already. If I air these ridge grapplers down, these 35s on 17s, down to like 40 or less, this thing rides like butter. No problem. And guess what? I stay clean. No dust. You notice how there's no dust in here? No dust. And guess what? I ride the windows down all the time. And heated, cooled seats. See, the dog jumped in here. Makes me want to kill him. Heated, cooled seats. It's reliable. I can put 200,000 miles on it without any issues. The side-by-sides, just what a joke. I can't believe people spend that kind of money. But I need to be more positive. So, without further ado, that's enough rambling. I know we've rambled a lot. Let's take it for a little spin, shall we? Well, first, got to air up this tire because, you know, brand new tires like to go flat for no apparent reason. Sorry, being negative again. These tires are really nice, actually. Got to finish getting our mess cleaned up real quick so we can pull over here. Got my nice rolling truck bed slide. We need to fill up some gas cans. Maybe we'll take the side-by-side and get some gas. Just built this nice, extra sturdy workbench. I'm gonna put a vise right here on this corner, right on top of this 4x4. Get a good vise, so need to buy one. And we'll do that. A little quick peek at the chainsaw collection. Old John Deere 011, 170, 170, 260, 360, 041, 362, blah blah blah. Chains, more chains, new chains, gas, mix. You don't care about that stuff. You're here for side by side. Let me get this mess cleaned up so we can bring the Polaris over here and air up the tire. Go ahead and get this bad boy cranked up. It's already been cranked today, so. I like how my brand new batteries are already getting weak. Something must be draining them. They're interstate batteries. I thought interstates were good, but these are less than, they're just over a year old. Already kind of dying. Probably something with the truck, and then mixed with my really long, rough cold starts every morning. You can see this setup is pretty legit. Got everything we need in there. Using some Fat Max. Just added some more bearings on the tailgate. Oh no. Oh, the bearings at the side. Oh, that's what it is. That's why this is not wanting to shut. Oh boy. We're gonna have to fix that. We're gonna have to address that later. Not right now. Get the old trusty, reliable, completely perfect Rubicon. Of course, this is not perfect either. Has its flaws. Videos about the Polaris. There you go. That's how you tip. It takes a while. It's cold. As I was sitting here filling up too, I was thinking about I'm gonna haul these gas cans. I need to strap down, and I don't even see a way to strap them besides weird hooks in the corners that do nothing. Maybe we'll just run them through there anyway and see. But kind of little things. I'm sure they make a bunch of accessories for this that's really nice. The Polaris does have really nice LED taillights and headlights, which I do admire. I really like those. I wish a lot of companies would do it with their four-wheelers. Like Polaris has them really nice on the four-wheelers. The Sportsman, Honda still uses halogens, and then Yamaha has LEDs with a halogen centerpiece light. These are really nice. I like the running lights and I like the headlights. That's one really nice thing about it. You even have a camera in the front too. And windshield wipers. Oh yeah, don't ever try and spray your windshield with your windshield open, because that shot in the eye when I did that. Go ahead and plug in our ultra subsonic Husky air compressor. Another thing I forgot to mention is, wow, just how terrible this shifter is. So crappy. I'm not even kidding. I really am sorry for being negative. But if you try and defend these things and say they're worth $40,000, you need to go be checked out. This is sad. And then, like, the clutch engagement's terrible. Forward or reverse, you're just jerking around. When I buy a side-by-side, if I ever buy one, because even the Hondas are way overpriced for what you get. If I ever buy side-by-side, it'll definitely be a Honda, though, with a DCT. Probably like a Pioneer or something. No valuable hook points. Can't hook there. That's at the very front. Like, what am I going to do with that? Anybody have any suggestions on what I should do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I just ain't going to do it. I'm going to go get gas with a pickup, you know, which is, you know, fine. You can do that anyways, first place. All right, now that we're in here, we're just going to go for a cruise. This is a real-world, honest review. Nobody sponsored, nobody trying to sell a Polaris, nobody at the dealer, or nobody, definitely. Maybe it would be different if I would have bought it. You know, say what you want. This is my dad's machine, like I already said. But, you know, if I spent the money, a lot of these guys probably go in debt on these, huge debt. they have 20% interest and they owe, $800 a month for 10 years. And then they're upset because they get it and it breaks down and it's just such a disaster. So I'm going to try and save a lot of you irresponsible buffoons that exact scenario by showing you the real world reasons why I would steer far away from one of these. Got 60% fuel, doesn't really know what it wants to do. That heat does work really good. I'm extremely hot. Turn that down. Oh, that's the lowest setting. Is that loud? Wow, okay, we'll just turn it off for now. Got my water bottle. We're stocked, ready to go. Oh man, I can't really tell. This feels weird. And then watch, I can't just ease the throttle, see? It's horribly jerky. Well, I am in performance mode. Let me go ahead and see if it's different in work mode. Yeah, it is a lot better. Alright, so there we go. We're learning. So I can take back what I said about jerky throttle, because I guess you could always put it in work mode. Well, not standard. Standard's still better. Performance, though, wow, that's some jerky throttle. Alright, we'll get a full acceleration, top speed. Give you guys the full shebang. Without your seatbelt, your top speed is 17 miles per hour, which is a good thing, because a lot of idiots don't wear their seatbelt and get killed all the time. If you always wanted to, you can always throw it back. Jeez. Oh yeah, no water bottle holders for something that big. Just put the seatbelt on, we're ready to go. Just a little note, seatbelt does not have adjustments. Not that I could tell, definitely no fast adjustments like on most pickups. I'm 5'9", and it will cut into my neck, if I didn't have this on. So, just keep that in mind. Another thing inside the cab is lack of seating adjustment. There is none, so you do get kind of cramped with your legs. And I'm only 5'9", so somebody that's 6 foot plus is probably going to be pretty miserable in here after a lot of hours. So, keep that in mind also. I know the Polaris 1500 has a lot of these things I'm talking about missing from this or on that, but that to me seems like that should have been the standard all along. It's more like the 1500, but then you get into the $50,000 or $60,000 market, so it's ridiculous. Pickups used to be that much, but I guess this is the world we live in, where a pickup truck is $100,000 and a piece of plastic American-made side-by-side is $40,000. I'm not going to gripe and complain too much, so let's go ahead and do a acceleration here from a stop. Two-wheel drive. I think we're in just regular two-wheel drive, and we're gonna launch. Performance, no building anything, just taking off. That was 50 pretty easy, pretty quick, so that's decent power on this thing. It is a little loud on the inside of the cab, but you'll get used to it. I mean, most things are pretty loud on the inside. You can just hear cruising about 30 miles an hour how loud it is. Let you hear that. It does ride pretty good. I mean, here's some potholes. Can't really feel them. It's not like some high performance Razor or anything. Has its place. I mean, it is a nice machine for going up in the mountains. Definitely is, but longevity, is it worth $40,000? I just don't see it. I mean, if you're a multi-millionaire and you're bored and you have nothing else to buy, then yeah, knock yourself out. If you want something that's going to last and you feel like you got every dollar out of it, this is probably not the machine. Beautiful mountains right now. That's really beautiful this time of year. I'd like to go up the mountain right now. It is nice not being, I mean, this time of year it's not dusty, so it's a lot nicer right now than all summer, because I'm not worried about dust, I have heat. It is nice for that. Go ahead and go right on up here and just test the capabilities of this machine. Oh yeah. Pretty decent hill here, high range, two-wheel drive. Blast right up pretty easy. It's actually a really steep hill. It does pretty well. Not going to be too hard on a machine that's not mine. So respect the machine, take care of the machine. dip right here. See, that was pretty smooth. A little bit of snow on the ground. Another big dip here. Pretty smooth, yeah. Beautiful view out. Here's an even steeper hill, a little bit of ice and snow on it. Go ahead and just see how we do on this. I'm just gonna crawl up. I'll go ahead and put it in low range so it has no excuse. There's low. Just crawl up it, 2-wheel drive. I got the diff locked. Just let it do its thing, see how it does. We got some articulation up here. Go right on up. This is pretty impressive steep. I mean, you can't even tell, it's very steep. Two-wheel drive, no problems whatsoever. That's pretty impressive, not gonna lie. Spinning a little bit right now, still managing. Okay, here's some snow, a little bit of a steep spot. It's kind of turned more to ice now though. Still in two-wheel drive, not really having any issues. Some footprints, they don't look too fresh, hopefully not. Get a gander. Counter tracks, definitely not fresh. Yeah, maybe. Hopefully not. Spin a little bit on the steep stuff. That's really not bad at all. For just being a two-wheel drive. I like trying some real snow. We do get up here to a very beautiful view of the mountain and the river. Just like that. Alright, let's put it in reverse. See, the shifter does feel a little weird, especially going in reverse. Not bad. Nice power steering, works very well. Go back to low range. See, I just prefer more like a Yamaha design where you lock it in, you know what gear you're in. Guess you get used to this, it'll be alright. We're in standard. We don't have hill descent control like the Trail Edition, which sucks. I don't know if you can add it. It'd be nice if you could. See how it does in low range here. It's stopping me pretty good. Somebody's gonna Hellcat swap one of these, put a big motor in it, V8. Pretty cool. I know guys on YouTube did it, not with one of these, but U-Force. So that's gonna be it for this video. All in all, decent machine. You know, I know there's a lot of complaining and stuff, and that's the honest opinions. It is all my opinion, of course. I don't know. If I had $40,000 I didn't really need and didn't care about, yeah, I'd probably buy this, but I don't know. I would go, like, if I'm, you know, myself and I'm going to go buy one, I would probably lean towards getting like a DCT, real transmission, Honda, reliable, good quality. And I'd like to compare their enclosed cab system that they offer. They don't offer a factory unit like this, but through Honda accessories you could get an enclosed cab and you could add heat, and I don't know about air conditioning, how you get that, if you could, but you know, I don't know. This and the Can-Am's the only two fully equipped from the factory machines you can buy, and they're both about the same price. I think they're a little bit steep on their price, a little, you know, too much, but decent machine all in all. It's not a terrible machine. It's been reliable so far. It'll probably continue to be pretty reliable, and it hasn't really been abused, so time will tell, and we'll keep it a long time, I'm sure. So expect more videos on it, maybe some good riding videos, some content out of it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts on it. Honestly, what you think, and would you buy one of these? Let me know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.